Hello. I was really I think this city is starting to get me. 我諗呢個城市開始對我嚟講點講呢？我唔係咁即係我喺呢度留嘅時間應該完咗啦，真係。I would just say that maybe it's time for me to leave the city really. 咁係咯 ，so everything is kind of like yeah, I'm not interested and like yeah. 係咯，好似對呢個城市冇乜興趣咁。So I was trying to find something to do today. 我今日係想揾啲嘢做啦，咁it's my own fault. Like I changed my mind, did something else, and then like咁係我自己衰嘅，我中間又改變主意，跟住又做，跟住最後我就做唔到我想做嘅嘢咁樣啦。So but anyway, like I'm a little bit tired of the city. 我有啲厭倦呢個城市咯，係啊，I really miss the sea. Like I mean, when I was in Cartagena, 我好掛住個海。即係當我喺 Cartagena 嘅時候 ，even though like there are times I also like didn't feel that upbeat. 咁可能都有啲時間，即係你唔會長期好 hyper 噶嘛，咁樣樣。But then like I just need to see the sea, then I would be good again. Like 但係我只係需要見到個海，我就會笑翻，即係我就會開心咁。Yeah, so there are difficult things, but I guess it's just like the weather is really wearing me down. 但我諗最重要都係因為天氣嘅問題啦，即係天陰陰又落雨啊咁樣，即係對我嚟講係好冇癮，好冇希望咁啦，即係I just like don't really like I really need the sun right now. I guess it's just like where I am at right now in my life. 我諗係我而家呢一刻我嘅人生，我需要太陽啦，我需要我唔能夠長期處於一個即係天陰落雨嘅地方。So anyway, I am very excited about next week. 咁我下個禮拜係超興奮、超期待啦。咁I'm going back to Sun and Beach, the Caribbean Sea. 咁我翻去陽光與海灘啦，去加勒比海岸啦，咁樣樣。And I will be exploring another beach town. 咁我會去另一個即係好出名嘅沙灘嘅城市啦，咁樣。Should be much cheaper as well. 咁亦都應該係平好多嘅地方啦，都係。Which is like kind of like one like very important thing for me right now. 咁對我嚟講而家都幾重要啦，呢個錢嘅事情咁樣樣。Yeah, so let's begin to read today. 咁我哋今日正式開始啊。Read to Resist, Day 244. 當閱讀也是抗爭，第244日。A Concise History of Hong Kong by John Mark Carroll。香港簡史，從殖民地至特別行政區，著者高馬可，譯者林立偉。The acquisition of the new territories. In June 1898, according to the Convention of Peking, and for the proper defense and protection of the colony, Britain leased the predominantly rural area between Kowloon and the Shenzhen River from China for 99 years, around 365 square miles, approximately 10 times the size of Hong Kong and Kowloon combined. These new territories also included some 230 outlying islands, one of them, Lantau, considerably larger than Hong Kong Island. More than 80,000 people lived in the region. 取得新界。1898年6月，英國以香港一處非展拓界址不足以滋保衛為由，與中國簽訂展拓香港界址專條，租借深圳河以南至九龍之間一片主要是鄉郊地帶的土地，租期99年。這片新租之地面積約365平方英里，相當於香港島和九龍加起來10倍左右。當中包括230個離島，其中一個離島大嶼山，其面積比香港島還要大許多。整個地區有超過8萬居民。Colonial officials and British merchants in Hong Kong had advanced various arguments for taking the new territories throughout the second half of the 19th century. The area would be a buffer zone with China and would provide land for real estate and for housing and training troops. The British government had resisted such course, even though proponents of expansion continued to harbor designs of making China into another India. The government had decided by the 1860s against more territorial expansion in China. Most British leaders were convinced that the China hands had exaggerated China's economic potential. By the late 1800s, less than 2% of Britain's exports were to China, or that this potential did not warrant territorial control because goods such as silk and tea could be obtained easily enough without territorial control. More than half of China's foreign trade was already with Britain. Making China into another India could overstretch British imperial power, and further expansion might lead to China's being carved up like Africa, which would only hurt free trade. Territorial expansion in China risked provoking other European powers into doing the same, perhaps even into war, and drawing resistance from the United States, which was actively involved in trade and missionary work in China. 在19世紀後半葉，香港的殖民地官員和英國商人提出各種理據，慫恿英國政府奪取新界。這地區可作為阻隔中國的緩衝地帶，又可提供土地興建房屋和軍隊駐紮、訓練所需的設施。英國政府本來不接納這些呼聲，建議擴張的人心中仍然懷着把中國變成另一個印度的圖謀。但英國政府在1860年代已決定不在中國擴張領土。大多數英國領袖都認為中國通誇大了中國經濟潛力。到了19世紀末，在英國出口貨品中，出口到中國的不到2%，或者覺得這種經濟潛力不足以成為奪取領土的理由，因為如生絲和茶葉等貨品，無需奪取領土就可以輕易獲得。中國向外輸出的貨品一半以上是出口到英國，把中國變成另一個印度，會令大英帝國的力量擴張過度。此外，在中國進一步擴張領土，可能會令中國像非洲那樣被瓜分，這只會損害自由貿易。在中國擴張領土，可能令其他歐洲列強群起仿效，甚至導致戰爭，並會招致正積極在中國通商和傳教的美國所反對。So this is the reading of today. 咁我哋今日就讀到呢度啦。And talking about like getting the new territories， 咁就講到咧攞新界啦。This is the major problem of the Hong Kong issue right now。你問我咧，我覺得呢個就係而家香港問題最大嘅問題啦，咁樣樣。Because this part was being leased and not seized。因為其實就係新界嘅呢部分咧，就唔係割讓嘅，係租借。And that is what lead to the 1997 sovereignty handover。咁亦都係因為咁先至會有主權移交嘅事情。Because Hong Kong and Kowloon were being totally seized, they belong to Britain, like they belong to the United Kingdom already。因為即係喺講緊香港島同埋九龍半島咧，本身係已經屬於咗界限街以南啊，已經屬於咗英國㗎啦。But because of the new territories， 咁但係就係因為新界 ，when the lease was up， 咁當呢個租約滿嘅時候 ，and with that idea or like the excuse of decolonization， 咁因為當時就係要反殖民啦，係咪？咁我哋要去殖民啊嘛，咁樣樣 ，so it became sort of like while you would need to return new territories to us。Then you should also return the Hong Kong Island and Kowloon Peninsula because by that time you cannot really separate the three parts. And I assure you, if they just return the new territories, then like everybody would like rush to Kowloon and Hong Kong, and it would be a disaster. 咁當然啦，即係去到呢個租約期滿嘅時候，咁要還啦。咁要還嘅話，冇理由齋還新界，冇可能。大家都會知，如果當時就淨係還新界，我哋繼續保留呢個九龍半島同香港島嘅話咧，咁肯定全世界冚世界就湧晒搬晒，即係搬 Q 晒去九龍住啦，去香港住啦，咁就死都冇人留喺啲新界啦咁樣樣。So for me 對我嚟講就係 this is like the greatest mistake and like the biggest debts that the British owed us。 Hong Kongers 咁我就覺得呢個就係英國佬最錯嘅嘢，同埋咧就係欠咗我哋香港人最大嘅嘢。Recently, like in my travels now， 咁我而家最近即係周圍流浪遊蕩嘅時候咧 ，I've met a lot of people from Britain actually， 咁我就遇到好多英國人啦咁樣 ，and then briefly we would talk about like how many Hong Kongers are now like have moved to England， 咁都會輕輕就會提到，即係好多香港人而家都搬咗去英國啦咁樣樣。So far I haven't received any kind of negative comments， 咁我暫時都冇聽到即係啲好負面嘅回應啦。And most of them like would say you know like I'm very sorry about what happened and like you know。we are happy that you guys can come to England, you know。咁就好多人都會係即係覺得啊，即係都好遺憾聽到香港而家發生啲咁嘅事啦。咁都好開心，即係起碼大家可以即係搬去英國住啦，咁樣都歡迎大家啦，咁樣樣。Yeah, so it's a very interesting thing to read this at the same time, like meeting people in life and like thinking about like what is going on in this world, what's happening to me, to my people, to my city, to my home。咁即係喺呢個過程裡面一路讀呢個書，然後即係喺生活裡面嘅經歷啦，見到唔同嘅人啦，同埋即係睇返而家發生嘅事，都會有好多諗法，有好多思考啦，咁樣樣。So yeah, this is it for today。咁我哋今日就讀到呢度啦。咁我哋聽日再見，See you again tomorrow。Bye。